Christmas. There's no pod. No, there's no podcast. For God's sakes, it's Christmas. We don't do any podcast because it's Christmas. So we're Christmas Eve. So there's no pod. Nope, not doing it. It's sort of I don't know, celebratory laziness, we'll call it. But there's no podcast. So I just want to say a couple things. It is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. For those of us who celebrate it, it's great. I mean, there's one thing about Christmas, if you're raised with it, it goes deep, right? Like it goes really deep. Like, you're obsessed with Christmas as a kid, like from like 4 years old up for like 6 years. Christmas rules your thoughts. I mean, it's everything. I mean, it's an obsession. Then as you grow older, you have a family, it becomes a new obsession. You got to look after those kids. It's on and on. It's Christmas runs deep in the cultures that celebrate it. It just does. That's the way it works. So it's been a tough year for Canada. It's been a tough time leading up to Christmas. Economic problems in Ontario, pretty weak in BC, not the best in BC. Some places are doing fine. Quebec seems good. Alberta, pretty good. Prairie's okay. Atlantic Canada, pretty good. But for a lot of Canadians, not so good. This is, I hate to say it because it's Christmas, but this is the highest use of food banks in the history of this country. By the way, if you're in the giving mood, give to the food bank. Like nothing's more important. Nothing is more important than keeping people fed. Shelter's number 2, but it's a cold country. But please support the food bank as best you can. It's important. And it's such a disaster as a society for a rich country like Canada to have the highest food bank use in history. Bit of a downer at Christmas, but still gotta say it. Okay. The other kind of crappy thing we've been putting up with for most of the last half of the year is this unending government. Well, you notice the hat. Everybody, if you're talking about the hat, pretty good, eh? Staff told me I had to do it. I'm not normally a prop guy, except for the Muppets, but all my staff told me you have to wear the hat. It's required for Christmas. Okay, there it is. I like Christmas, but I don't like hats. Okay. Will this government ever go away? Like, there's one thing for sure in Canada. 65% of all Canadians are tired of the government, tired of the prime minister, and just want it to go. Election. Please, Jesus, give us an election. That's the greatest Christmas gift you could ever have. Let's have an election as soon as possible, please. This country needs some changes, all right? So, what's do we have to look forward to? We'll do a New Year's show. This isn't it. Let's talk for a minute about my personal views of Christmas. Like I said, I'm a fan, but for everybody out there, even people who don't celebrate, let's do this. Have a drink. Have 2. Have 3. Like, celebrate. Like we do have these days off. Like, and in saying that, I want to sincerely thank everybody who it's not a day off. To the cops and the fire and the EMTs and the people in the hospitals and the doctor and the people who have to shovel the snow when there's a storm. The people who have to fix the electricity when the things get knocked down. They're out there. They work on Christmas. They work on Boxing Day. They work those 2 days that we get off. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate it. I sure hope we appreciate it. I hope everybody appreciates it. For those who celebrate, other than having those 2 or 3 drinks, like, it's a must, okay? Like, if you're in the club, okay, fine, but really enjoy yourself. Do celebrate. And eat too much. Like, I am a absolute expert on eating too much. It is my life's fucking work eating too much. So, this is a great excuse. It's a holiday. It's a celebration. Eat too much. By all means, eat too much. Give to the food bank. But eat and drink and be merry. We got 2 days off. Some people have more. We need it. Need a break. Got to have a break. And I am lucky. I'm a lucky man. I really am. About Christmas, Mrs. Mortgage Guy always puts on the best Christmas. Decorates the hell out of the house. Beautiful. Beautiful. Does all the work herself and produces a tremendous meal and a tremendous Christmas Eve. Puts on a huge appetizer spread. Always great. I'm lucky. Like, let's admit it. I'm lucky. It's the truth. I enjoy Christmas. I always have. And here's a Christmas wish to all of you. One little aside. There is one Christmas song that's better than all Christmas songs. I know people have their favorites. I know. But I have a favorite. My favorite is the Pogues. The Pogues. Yeah, I know. Nobody's heard of it. Pogues are a Celtic punk band, and their Christmas song is the best Christmas song that was ever made. Just Google it. Pogues Christmas song. Hit the button and listen. It's not completely a woke song. It's pretty much partially canceled. But folks, I love that song. And everybody should listen to it at Christmas. It's fantastic. So, no pod today. There'll be a pod next week. And please enjoy your holiday. Have a great Christmas if you celebrate. Have a great Christmas if you don't celebrate. Like, I think Christmas is like, it's become in North America, Canada, and the United States, it's really Vibmas. You know, like Vibe Session? It's Vibmas because everybody gets the vibe, even if you don't celebrate. You get the Christmas vibe, which is great. And this, unlike Vibe Session, which is just bullshit, Vibmas is only good thing. It's just good. Have a great holiday. Enjoy your families. And have that second drink. See you next week.